Speaking of kids being kids, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm at Lavelle, he's Bern Podcasy, and that handsome motherfucker, that's Liam Reese. On this show, we're going to go over our amazing picks from last week. We're all winners here, especially yours truly, and then we're going to give you the winners for next week. So you know, get your mortgages out, get all your ponies, put them on one show, that's us. You're going to get it right, guaranteed to get it right, unless we're triple shaking dicks. Either way, really excited to get it started. So Benoit Passy, why don't we kick it off, baby? Take it away, Daddy.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And one for good luck. Do you know what movie that's from?
Not off the top of my head.
Oh, Liar, Liar.
Oh, you're right. All right, guys. Well, I was able to. Is that how you say his last name? I've never known how to say his last name.
Yep.
L's, L's,
Ools. Carrie Ools. He's got a good resume. I mean,
he does.
Glory, Princess Bride, Liar, Liar, and that's just the ones off the top of my dome. But enough about Carrie Ools, Bern. Get it moving.
All right, guys, rolling into this week, I'd managed to close the gap a little bit. After last week, Liam was sitting in the lead at 62. I was right behind him with 60. Maddie was pulling up the rear at 53. But I got some bad news, Maddie. I got some bad news. Liam did some work this week, and it's going to be very, very, very difficult for either one of us to catch him going into week 18. So let's recap it, huh? Let's get there. First game of the week, we had your Dallas Cowboys playing at the Washington Commanders. Liam and I like Dallas. Obviously, we know your stance on this particular subject.
You're goddamn right.
You weren't far off. It was a 6.5 point line. Dallas pulled it out by 7, 30-23. Another one for the good guys.
I'll tell you, Bern, this is entirely my fault because the Commodes were up big at one point. Or maybe not up big, but they were up, you know.
It was looking good when you good when you texted me.
No, you texted Liam?
I texted LeSchmigley. Classic mistake. Hey, Bern, you've been there before. I remember.
I sure have.
You know, I mean, goddamn Plaxico Burst did it to me before, but you never happened again. But I got cocky. I shot my fucking mouth off about the Commodes, and guess what happened? Old daddy got shit on his dick. That's for damn sure. But, all right. But anything, I mean, this game's fucking meaningless. These teams are fucking meaningless. They're shit organizations, and they bring the NFC East down. And I hate them. Anything else on this?
This was Josh Johnson playing today. Josh Johnson been in the league for 16 years, played for 14 different teams. He's only started like 16 games in his NFL career. I give him a lot of props just for hanging out. But obviously overmatched in this one. Overmatched. And guys, Christmas Day, I hope we all had fun with our families and with our children because our picks from this point forward were back-to-back triple shake losses. That's right. 3 games on Christmas Day just to jam you up with your family. Next, we're going to the Detroit Lions, trying to hang on to their playoff life against the who knows Brosmer Minnesota Vikings. Lions are laying 5.5. And what happened here? Vikings 23-10 over the Lions in an absolute must-win game. Lions go from winning the division last year to missing the playoffs this year. And Minnesota, the team that they beat at the end of last year to really throw a wrench in Minnesota's run into the playoffs, got their revenge, knocking Detroit out.
They sure did.
It was Soda's Super Bowl. You know, it was the Soda Super Bowl.
It sure was. It's when you look at what's going on in Chicago with Ben Johnson. Man, the Lions missed that guy 10 points in this game against the Minnesota Vikings, who have a good defense, but you got to be able to scheme something up, man. You're playing for your lives here. You need to score. You need to score a couple touchdowns.
But I mean,
their team usually scores points before that too.
Yeah.
Like Detroit does score points, but not that day.
Well, Liam, can I ask you this? I mean, how long have you been watching Jared Goff? Is this his MO? When they need him the most, he shits the bed.
It seems that way. He's not known for being clutch.
No, I mean, dude, You look at that game 2 years ago against San Francisco in the NFC Championship. You look at the game in the divisional round last year against the Commodes. You look at a must-win game here. Like, there's times that Goff has shown up.
Hey, Super Bowl. Look at him in the Super Bowl against the Pats.
Yeah.
They only scored 10 points.
Yeah. And Julian Edelman won MVP. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah. So there's been times where Goff has been elite level quarterback, but there's times when it comes down to it, he doesn't turn it on when he needs to, right?
That's it.
He still was the correct pick over Wentz, though. Remember?
Oh, dude, I mean,
during that draft.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at longevity, I mean, we don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess so. But when he got injured in that game that season in 2017, Wentz was clearly the pick that year. But, we all know how that ended. Shout out for Super Bowl ever. Either way, Benoit, time's up. Keep it moving, Big Dick Daddy.
All right, third game Christmas night. It was really funny what they did here. Netflix had the first two games, so they had their first ever football on the channel. So they had the 1:00 Cowboys game, they had the 4:30 Lions game, and then it was bumping over to Amazon Prime for the Broncos Chiefs game at 8:00. You know what Netflix did? Said, hey guys, just so you know, at 8:00, we're putting out the 3 new episodes of Stranger Things tonight. So come join us for 2 NFL games and then for the penultimate series of Stranger Things. Tell Amazon to go shove it in their cram hole. They did it at the exact same time. That's not an accident.
Dude, honestly, love it. Love the balls on it.
You gotta
love the
and
balls on it.
About 1,000 Stranger Things commercials during those.
During those Netflix games early. Yeah, they let
also,
you know.
like, no one gives a shit about the Broncos and the Chiefs anyway, right? Like, this was a nothing game.
So we all like the Broncos lane 12. What was it, 12.5? It was 12.5. We thought from the performance the Chiefs put on the week before they had quit, they showed a little bit of pride at home in Arrowhead. They lost by 7. Nothing we could have done about this one, guys. There was no way to bet on the Chiefs after the performance they put up the week before. There was also like a 35-minute Travis Kelce running around the stadium, shaking everyone's hand, but then saying he wasn't sure if he was retiring after this game. Like, buddy, your teammates have already showered and gone home. And you're still out there, like kissing babies, telling people that you're not sure what you're doing next year. We're all pretty sure what you're doing next year. You're probably not playing football for the Chiefs and, Patrick Mahomes is backups. So this is a 2013 Broncos game. Broncos do what they need to do. All they need to do is keep winning, baby.
I'll tell you this. Yeah. I'll tell you this. I mean, I think we all cried at Jason Kelce's retirement speech. If anybody cries at Travis Kelce's retirement speech, you're the biggest pussy that's ever lived.
I'd be so much more likely to cry at
Travis
Kelce's speech than I would be at Jason's speech.
Jason, I can't watch it now without tearing up. God, he meant so much to me. He's just such a great guy.
Matt, everybody knows it. Remember when you used to serve him wings?
I remember when he legit...
Were you crying in those pub wings, Matt?
I remember when Jason Kelce legit wanted to beat the shit out of me because this was during, I've told this story before on the show, but this was during the Chip Kelly era, and he used to come into the pub and he was sitting in a booth
with his girlfriend, now wife.
I don't know. I don't know who he was with because I remember the person that he was with having red hair. And as we know, Kylie does not have red hair. So maybe it was his manager. I don't know. But I remember it was during the Chip Kelly era where they were legit putting up 1,000 points a game, but the defense was on the field for 45 minutes and just at the end of the game couldn't stop anybody. That's just what it was, right? So he was sitting in a booth and he was back to back with another table. And I went up to the other table and they were talking about the Eagles. And I was like, oh, you guys talking about the Birds? Like, yeah, it stinks they lost. I was like, yeah, what do you think about that Eagles offensive line? And legit, the guy that is back to back with Kelce says, oh, the offensive line is dog shit. Right? And I'm just like, huh. And I see Kelce go like this. He goes, does one of those things. And I'm just like, and I told him, I was like, well, Jason Kelce's sitting behind you. And he's like, Jason Kelce, the center for the Eagles? And I was like, yeah, he's right behind you. And he's like, dude, the line's not bad. They're not the problem. It's legit, they were not. Because we're scoring fucking 1,000 points a game. It's not Also, I'll tell you, that offensive line at the time, it was Lane Johnson, Todd Herremans, Evan Mathis, Jason Peters, and Jason Kelce. pretty fucking good with
So
Brent
that guy had
Thompson.
no idea what he was talking about,
Yeah, clearly. But the next time I went over to Kelsey's table, they were in the middle of like I think I brought their food over. The next time I brought it over, and I was like, "Hey man," and then before I could get anything out, he's like, "We'll have the check," and I was just like, "Okay." Legit.
Sorry.
Yeah. So
Can't
all
say I
right.
blame you.
Yep. Done and done. Moving on.
All right, we're rolling on over to the Saturday games now. Liam, this is where Liam really showed his dick off on Saturday. Me and Maddie like
beautiful, handsome dick.
Me and Maddie like the Chargers at home, laying 1.5. Liam said, "No, guys, this is a Houston Texans game. They have more to play for. They're on the road. You look at the teams Houston's beat. Houston has beat
I mean,
if you actually look at Houston's resume, they've beat
great resume.
4-11 win teams in the league. 8-game win streak. Houston takes care of business 20-16. Liam's laughing all the way to the bank. Me and Maddie
dude, they've beaten the Niners. They've beaten the Bills.
Look at their wins.
Oh, dude.
Jacksonville?
They beat Jacksonville. They lost one and beat one. They beat the Ravens. They had close ones against the Seahawks and the Broncos. Like, dude, they're playing. I mean,
it turns out they always do the projections, like who has the toughest schedule, the easiest schedule to start the season. But you don't really know the answer to that till the end of the year when you see how the teams actually were. Houston played a tough schedule this year, man, and they started off slow.
Oh, buddy. They were crawling. But yeah, they ended up big win here. Big win as old, beautiful Dick Liam predicted.
And this one is one that really chaps my ass because I went with Green Bay on this one just because I thought Malik Willis is a better backup than Snoop Huntley. At one point I looked, Malik Willis was like 13 for 16 for 195 yards and a touchdown, and Green Bay was down by 2 scores. This was an old school. Maddie, I don't usually ask you for numbers. Can I get some King Henry numbers in this game, please?
I would love to give you some. I'll give you some numbers for the Ravines all the way across the board. Tyler Huntley, 16 for 20, 107 yards and 1 tugger. Derrick Henry, 36 carries, 216 yards, 4 spit in your palm under the blankets. The parents are in the next room tugging up tug jobs, and longest run was for 30 yards. Like, what are we? I mean, 36 carries. Legit, they said try and fucking stop him. Oh wait, you fucking can't.
Can't do it.
Fucking cyborg, dude. He's like the Terminator.
Dude, this is week 17 here, or week 18, or whatever the fuck. It's not like it's week 1 where he's fresh. Are you fucking kidding me?
He heard everyone talking. He heard everyone chatting. Like, I don't know. You think Henry's done? I don't know. How about 36 carries in
36
in
carries.
Lambeau? It's not warm. It's cold.
No. Yeah.
He's not wearing sleeves. He's probably not even wearing a jock at that point. He's trying to go straight nude, show everyone those big old roasty chestnuts on this Christmas weekend. So Liam back-to-backs us on Saturday. And can I just say he had 36 carries, right? The combined rushes for the Green Bay Packers, they had 17 total rush plays and 25 total pass plays. So he was he had almost the same amount of carries as they had offensive offensive plays. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Like, what's the plan here? Oh,
that's bananas.
Give it to the best running back in the league. Yeah.
So what did he average then? Like 6 yards a carry?
6 yards a carry. Yeah. Unreal.
If they go to the playoffs, like I believe they will, all they have to do is he has a game like that, and they're you know what I mean.
There's no stopping.
And they're in
there's
there.
No stopping.
He do half of that, and they win the game. You know what I mean? It's insane.
Yeah, easily.
What a ride! What a ride Baltimore's been this year. What a ride!
I mean, I wish I could find the clip of us saying that this was what, in week 8 we said they're still primed to win the AFC North when they were looking at 3 and 5. You know, like, what are we doing?
Right.
I mean,
and by the way, that is stage 1 of the prediction I made last week. Baltimore winning that game, and then to make their game next week.
Mm-hmm.
I
We will
mean,
get to the rest.
not only does he have a beautiful dick, but he's got beautiful predictions, Bern.
Well,
Right.
let's get right into it, because stage 2 of that was Liam gets us again. Me and Maddie say, hey, we'll take Pittsburgh laying 3.5
Sure.
in
Sure.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Liam says, no. If Cleveland loses this game, that Baltimore-Pittsburgh game doesn't mean anything, and the NFL won't do that. They're not going to do that. So we took Pittsburgh like a bunch of schnooks. Liam took Cleveland, catching 3.5 at home, and the Browns got it done 13-6 outright win. Pittsburgh lays the egg. They got the note from the commish. They got the note from the commish saying, hey, guys, you're not winning today, so don't even bother. We need this Baltimore-Pittsburgh game to mean something week 18. And
yeah. Also, shout out Shador, fan of the show, listener of the show. But no, you're 100% right. Liam, I mean, where did you come up with this? Do you have someone in the office at the commish?
It just jumped out at me like, hey, this is in the script. They play week 18. It's gonna matter, and that's just something fucking Pittsburgh would do. You know, just watch the whole season. That is a game Pittsburgh would drop. That's just how I felt about it.
Dude, I mean, if Baltimore just says, look, our game plan is try and stop Derrick Henry. If you can, you win. If not, fuck you, goodbye.
Yep. You know,
I would love if they're like, because think about it. What is it? 5 possible games, right? They have next week and then 4 to win the Super Bowl. If they're like, if Harbaugh went up to Derrick Henry and was like, Derrick, just 5 games of you just run till you can't walk for the next 2 days. They
got a couple that's gonna work to a point, because they got to go up against a couple serious defenses. Like Jacksonville doesn't let teams run all over them.
Yeah.
Houston's got a good defense. We'll see. Although with that performance, you know what I mean? I don't know what Baltimore does. I don't know if anybody stops that.
I mean, yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I would honestly, if the AFC Championship is try and stop Derrick Henry and it's Jacksonville against them, or Denver,
that'd be insane.
Or Denver, or if it's dude, he's gonna have to go.
Denver's got a defense. Yeah, there's 3 very good defenses.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go. Like, if Derrick Henry, imagine if Derrick Henry goes through Houston, Jacksonville, and Denver to get to the Super Bowl. Like, that's just a train.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild.
If he averages 30 plus carries a game and he runs through those 3 defenses, he's the greatest running back performance of all time.
Then we just witnessed history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that'll be the greatest postseason performance from a tailback of all time. Yeah.
That'll be the greatest running back performance of all time, easily.
No question.
If he goes through those 3 defenses and wins the Super Bowl with 30 plus carries a game,
they'll talk about that forever. You're right.
It'll be the greatest. So, all right, moving on.
All right, guys. Well, speaking of, we had the script. Liam had the script for that one.
Sure.
We missed the script on the next one. We triple shook, and guys, our triple shakes are so bad. They continue to be bad. We like Carolina at home, catching 7.5 from Seattle. Seattle goes and puts the hammer on them, 27-10. Guys, why don't we realize that the Panthers weren't going to? The Panthers win this game, and Tampa Bay loses. The Panthers have a chance to eat this division up and make that Week 18 game mean nothing.
Yeah.
So either both the Panthers and Tampa Bay had to win, or they both had to lose for that game to matter. And guess what? The Panthers at home, as we've seen them do a number of times, play 2 or 3 good games and then absolutely shit the bed, and it's always at home. Seattle coming off a weird one. Just decided to go in there and just hammer the Panthers early on Sunday. There's not much to this game. 10 points for the Panthers at home. I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all.
But then it also, the Seattle is now the number 1 seed in the NFC. Isn't that correct?
Correct.
Correctamundo.
Yikes. But hey, they still got. It's crazy to think dude, 2 weeks ago, the Rams, I thought, were the best team in the NFC. They might not even make, we don't even know what's going to happen with them now.
If the Niners beat the Seattle next week, the Niners take the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're the only ones that can take it, right?
They can take it. Correct.
So we're looking at Oh wow! So the Niners have been for the last, for the whole season,
just
they've
hanging
been
around, just
third in the
hanging
NFC
around.
West, just hanging around, just hanging around. Dude, also great game. I mean, let's do that one. All right, sorry, we good on this one?
Yeah,
Let's do
yeah. I
that one
mean,
next, then, please.
Carolina should have been at home. Yeah, let's do. I mean, one of the games of the week, San Fran and the Bears again,
Great game.
and this is the pull away.
That was a great game.
Liam likes the Niners. Maddie and I like the Bears. You see where this is going. Liam is creating more and more distance here. Now that was a hell of a game last night.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you, heavyweight slugfest, back and forth, battering each other, back and forth. Dude, how many people were deep throating Purdy today? Right? They were deep throating Purdy like he had Liam's beautiful dick. You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
Purdy won fantasy leagues. Purdy was the absolute Mr. Irrelevant, was the absolute MVP. If you were starting Purdy or Luther Burden in your fantasy championship, you probably won the whole damn thing. And that was without George Kittle. That was a Kittle-less San Fran team last night, and they were still able to go hang in that game and get it done. But you got to give it up to the Bears, too. The Bears played their ass off. They played hard. They had a shot there. Caleb threw a couple of short balls, a couple Donovan balls towards the end of that game, couple one-hoppers, couple Jimmy Rollins balls towards the end of that game. You got to put a little more air on. But that was a shootout, man. That was not – I did not expect those two teams to combine for like 80 points,
Yeah. Yeah. Hell of a game. I mean, yeah. And it was all like, dude, it was nonstop action, really and it was really just a test of like, hey, are you for real, Chicago? This is where you find out because we're fucking for real. I mean, wow, great game. But I'll tell you, the Bears might have lost, but they were there.
I still say the Bears are good.
They are a good
team,
and they were fucking there. Couple things like, hey, this is a learning experience. Like, hey, you get this in this position next time, it isn't going to happen again, type of thing. But they were there. They were game for sure. They're game team for sure.
Both those teams played well, man. Neither one of those teams really they're both playing in the postseason. They both are going to be tough outs. They're both keeping their
both going to be scary in the postseason.
Big time. Oh yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, right? And that was a good game for both of those teams to play towards the end. But when Seattle's going to Carolina and they're rolling over, they're showing their belly right away. You'd rather play a game like this.
Big time. What's next, Benoit Payud?
Let's go for a rare win here for old Uncle Matty. Me and Liam thought Tampa Bay had some pride, but no. Miami says, you're giving us 5.5 at home. How about we just show up and we beat you outright? Again, me and Liam missed the script here. Of course, Carolina was going to lose. Of course, Tampa Bay was going to lose. Of course, meaning that game, that Week 18 Carolina-Tampa Bay game, will be for the division, for the 4 spot, and the other team goes home. Didn't watch a ton of this game. I don't know how the Bucs. Interesting fact I saw last year, Baker Mayfield with Liam Cohen as his offensive coordinator threw 43 touchdowns. The series got 21. So don't underestimate what that OC can do for you. Bucs they're healthy now. They got their defense back. They got Evans. They got Godwin. They got Bucky Irving. 17 points in a must-win game against Miami.
Can I just say, can we just, the A-Chain, 18 carries, 83 yards, 4.6 yards a carry. Longest was 18. And Quinn Ewers. 14 for Quinn Ewers, 14 for 22, 172 yards, and 2 tuggies. Not a bad, dude.
Listen,
I mean, you say what you want about old fucking DJ Mike Mickey D's, but their team is 7-9. He's wrapping up he's making the best of a dog shit season. Honestly, I'd keep him around because he made chicken salad out of chicken shit with this Dolphins team.
They probably will. They'll probably give him one more crack at it next year, but if they have a losing record, don't expect him to finish the season.
Right. If they have another fucking chicken salad year, I get it. Can I just tell you Baker's numbers real quick?
Yeah.
33 for 44, 346 yards in the air, 2 spit in your palm tuggies, 2 piccadillies. 44 pass attempts. He's trying, Daddy. he's trying. You know,
He's hurt. But he's hurt.
Yeah.
He can't move the ball. He can't run at all. He's got nothing with his legs, and
that's what it is. He can't move. Once somebody has pressure on him, they're cooked, dude. It's just the reality of Tampa Bay right now, which is sad because I like Baker. So
same. Yeah. And listen, when Baker can move, he's a fun dude to watch. Just a fun dude to watch play the game.
He was MVP candidate in Week 8. What are we doing? You know,
I'll tell you why McDaniel's sticking around, because they're going to hire. They've already fired the new GM. They're going to hire a new GM. So that GM comes in there. He's like, I keep Mike McDaniel around. If he does great, I look like a genius. If he sucks, I don't care. He's not my guy anyway. I inherited him. Yeah. I'll get rid of him and go out and get my guy. You know what I mean? So there's no reason for the GM. If I'm the GM, I'm keeping him for a year.
Yeah.
And listen, Tua, Quinn Ewers, fucking Tom Lavelle, it doesn't matter. If you're only asking the guy to throw the ball 20 to 22 times a game for about 150 yards, it doesn't really matter who you throw back there. Just get a guy who doesn't turn the ball over, quite frankly.
Right.
And let the rest of your offense do its work.
Dude, I'll tell you who'd be great. You know who'd be great in Miami?
Who that?
His boy Jacobs. That's what he's going to say.
Jacobs would be great.
Jacobs would be fucking Mr. Miami right now. Are you kidding? If they get fucking Jacobs, you got a veteran presence for Quinn Ewers to coach him up a little bit, and then let Jacobs show him how you fucking play big time ball. Like, get Jacobs in. He'll be Sam Darnold fucking from last year. He'll be a 12-win fucking team.
Jacobs has been in New England. He's been in Vegas. He's been in Arizona.
He's been in Indianapolis. He's been in Arizona. He's been all over.
Let us spend a year in Miami. Soak up some rays. Check out it's for the look. He doesn't light it.
Come on. Just, let him get out there. Let him stick his dick in it and have some fun. Let's move on. What's next?
All right, guys. Speaking of another dick shake and triple shake that we coughed up, Jacksonville laying 6.5 to Indy. Winning 23-17. The Jags in this one decided we're not going to show anything. We're not going to do anything. You're not going to see it. Like, this was just we know we can play B- football and win this game without risking anything, without showing anything interesting. And that's what they did. We missed this one by a half point, but I don't think we can be mad at ourselves. I look in the mirror. I'm not mad about this. It was the right pick. It was just Indy got a little love from Johnny Taylor, and that was all there was to it.
Can I say this, Liam? Can I ask you this? They played the Jaguars. They came off a monster win against the Broncos, right? But besides that, can I tell you, the last 7 games of their season are the Cardinals, the Titans, the Colts, the Jets, then the win against the Broncos, then the Colts again, which was this week, and then they play the Titans next week. Like, they don't let you run the ball, but no one let the fucking Cardinals, Titans, Jets, and Colts. I mean, well, Colts kind of ran it, but you know what I mean? Like, their last 7 games, they're sus. Big time sus.
You would be able to say that if they didn't do that to Denver.
They didn't do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're right. But with that Denver game in there, that does kind of show that,
I'll tell you though, they're a good team. In boxing, if you go against too many tomato cans and then you get a fucking real dude, then you never you always bet on the real dude, because the tomato cans they don't do it. You need the competition. I know they've played the Broncos, but besides the Chargers and the Broncos in their last 7 games, those are the only 2 teams that they've played that weren't dog shit, right? So, I mean, these Jags, they beat the Broncos, but if they go into the playoffs, they'll have gone into the playoffs beating the Colts, who are lackluster with Phillip Rivers, and beating the Titans, who are fucking Johnny No-Dicks. They're not going to go in with a full head of steam playing the toughest competition. Steel sharpens steel, iron sharpens iron, ready to go. They could be looking at a rude awakening in the playoffs, even though I love their defense and I love how Trevor Lawrence has been slinging dick and slinging the ball. What else we got in this game? Because we're past time.
No, that's good on that one.
Yeah, keep
moving on.
All right, let's get some back-to-back love for old Uncle Bernie right here, guys. I'm sticking. I'm sorry, Maddie, against your boy Jacobs. I took the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm a Burrow guy. Everyone knows I'm a Burrow guy. This was a 37-14 Bengals home win. Burrow's still mad about getting shut out 2 weeks ago. they're putting the ball up and away. Chase Brown, for fantasy owners out there who held on to him, who he sucked for 7 or 8 weeks, has been an absolute monster down the stretch. Good for you guys if you had the patience out there. You're probably in the playoffs doing well. Maybe you won your league. But, man, Cincinnati, it's like the island of misfit toys. Their defense is so, when their offense is humming, they look like they can beat anybody. And if I'm Burrow, I'm just like, what do I need to do to convince you guys to get a couple of D-backs and maybe a few tackles? You know, like, what do we need here?
Yeah. Liam, is there a possibility that old Cincinnati Joe engineered what is possibly the greatest, mind trick of all? Did he engineer like, hey guys, I'm going to need to take a couple weeks off during the season, mid-season. This is going to be a rest year, a recalculation year. We're going to get a draft pick, and we're going to start with our defensive guy, and they get that, that Texas Tech kid or that kid from Texas A&M, the linebacker, to build their defense around that, and then they pick up Max Crosby, and they do all this fun stuff. Like, what if Cincinnati really does the work to build their defense in the offseason? Will they have a chance of making the Super Bowl run? You're muted, Liam.
I mean, I don't think it was on purpose or anything. Like, I don't think he that was part of his master plan. But yeah, I mean, that seems to be the plan moving forward. That's what they have to do. They can obviously score, and the defense is clearly their soft spot. So they gotta build that up. If they do that, then then they can win games, of course.
All right, love it. Moving on.
One more here. This is one of Liam's few misses this week. And of course it was one of Liam's few misses this week. Liam took his reviled Tennessee Titans +3 at home against the New Orleans Saints.
Unreal.
Me and Maddie put our faith in that motherfucker here. And the Saints went out there. They took care of business 34-26. But again, though, Titans have been in the 20s the last 4 or 5 weeks. I think Cam Ward's playing good ball. They just need everything else around him. But yeah, that was one for the good guys here. Liam finally had a miss, and the fact that it's on Tennessee is the funniest thing on the planet.
I mean, the first time I've taken them the whole season.
Yeah.
The one time. I mean, the Saints are on a 4-game win streak. I know it's nothing, but is it something?
It's not nothing.
It is.
It's against the Jets and
it's all against losing teams.
But you got a rookie quarterback, man. At least he gets to put some wins on the board. You know what I mean? And start feeling like, okay, here's what it takes.
I mean, the Bucs are on a 4-game losing streak, and the Saints are on a 4-game winning streak. But if you look at this NFC South, Panthers 8-8, Bucs 7-9, Falcons 6-9, and Saints 6-10. The Falcons are about to be 6-10. I mean, what is the NFC South? But not just a fucking waste of time. Either way, what are we doing next?
Listen, you can only play the teams you have on your schedule, right? That's all you can do. We like New England laying 12.5 to the New York Jets. And God damn it, if we weren't right, guys, this is our only triple shake of the week that we managed to connect on. The Pats just laid the hammer down against the Jets 42-10. 42-10. This one was not close. It wasn't even that close.
Oof.
You want to hear an interesting fact? You want to hear a fun fact, though?
Oh, I love fun facts.
You can only play the teams on your schedule, man. And sometimes they work out to be good and sometimes they're not. Do you know that the New York Giants and the New England Patriots have the exact same amount of wins against teams with a 500 or better record? 2. 2. Now, the Giants have 3 total wins. The Patriots have significantly more than that, but the Pats have beat 2 teams this year with a 500 or better record.
That's really?
That's correct.
So very interesting.
Are you calling it now, Benoit? Are they frauds?
I'm not saying they're frauds. I think Vrabel's legit, but I don't think they've been tested nearly as much as we think they've been tested.
The tomato can theory might hold water for the Pats.
This might be your tomato can theory coming into it.
That is very interesting.
Theory.
I did not know that.
Because they play Miami next week, so it's not like they're playing anybody, really spiky coming in. I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
Saying.
You're right. No, you're right. But are they? I mean, did they already cinch up their division?
They have locked the division, and I believe with a win and a Denver loss, they still have the opportunity to make a run for the 1 seed.
That is true. Yeah. It's a long shot.
It's a long shot.
Herbert's not going to play.
Correct.
Chargers said they're not playing Herbert, so the chances of Denver losing to them is very slim.
But mathematically, if Denver were to lose and the Patriots were to win, they could lock up the 1 seed. So at least for the beginning of that game or for a portion of that game, they're going to go out there and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guys, if we came into this season saying that the Pats, the Broncos, and the Jaguars were looking to win their division in the
top 3 seeds in the AFC.
Yeah. Would you have been like, what? Did you not say the Bills, the Chiefs, and the Ravens? Yeah. What are you talking about?
I would have been like, don't call FanDuel. I'll book that for you.
Yeah.
I'll book that for you.
Yeah. So, okay, good stuff. What's next, Benuti?
So that's the end of the 1 o'clock. So we already did the Sunday nighter. So all we have left is the 4 o'clocks. Which one do you guys want to do first? The one that you were irritated by, or the one that I was irritated by? I mean, I was irritated by both of them, quite frankly. Right. So that's why I'm letting you guys pick.
No. Bern, you go. It's your segment, Daddy.
Well, since we started it last night, let's just finish it out. Me and Liam get the win here, taking the New York Giants, catching 1.5. What a bunch of fucking jerks. 2 touches for Devin Singletary, 2 rushing touchdowns for Jackson Dart. They pretty much said with Dart, we're going to put him out there the second he gets hit. He's coming out. If that's on the first drive, if that's in the second quarter, if that's in the fourth quarter, he gets hit. So what do the Raiders do? They send Max Crosby home earlier in the week, and Jackson Dart plays the whole game. This had Russell Wilson farewell tour written all over it to me. You don't want to win this game. He and Pete Carroll can go French each other at midfields when it's all said and done. Instead, the Giants absolutely pound the fucking Raiders 34-10. Now the Giants are in a situation where if they beat the Cowboys and 5 other teams lose, the Giants could go from having the 2nd overall pick in the draft to the 7th overall pick in the draft.
Ooh,
now,
God,
one of those gives you draft capital and lets you trade back and get a bunch of picks. The other one does not. So the Giants need the Raiders to win. They need to lose in order to lock in that 2nd pick. But if the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, which I was hoping I was gonna be able to root for, they can get jumped by the Jets, the Browns, the Commanders, the Titans, just a litany of teams that could jump in their grave. By the way, Giants last year, week 17 against the Colts, did the exact same thing to move themselves from the 1st overall pick to the 5th overall pick. This is 2 years in a row. I hate these fucking guys so much.
You love to hear it.
I hate them so much.
Would you like a great stat about your Giants?
By great, yeah.
So the Giants won by 24 points. Mm-hmm. The last time the Giants beat a team by 24 points was
the Raiders?
three years ago.
Was it the Raiders as well?
Nope. It was the Indianapolis Colts when they were coached by none other than
Saturday?
Jeff Saturday. And the quarterback was Nick Foles.
Oh.
So that's 3 years was the last time they beat someone by 24 points. So Bern, that's a tough dick shake. What are you gonna do?
Par for the course, man. Par for the course. It wasn't a dick shake. You took Las Vegas.
That's because I hate you. I mean,
speaking of losers, I had Buffalo. You guys had Philly. Let me just ask you a question.
Please.
And I understand that you guys are big time Birds fans. You're the Bills, right? You have no offense going at all until the fourth quarter.
No.
You get a couple different drives. Even that drive they didn't score on, where they were able to change field position, was a decent drive. You keep Philly's defense out on the field for the entire fourth quarter. You score twice. Why do you go for 2? Why don't you kick that fucking ball and go to overtime and say, our offense is hot right now. Their defense has spent the last 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 real-time minutes for the most part out on the field in this rain, in this bullshit, getting run down. And then Josh Allen just misses him. He just misses him. Another fucking blocked extra point for the Eagles. Like, the horseshoe that you guys have crammed in your asshole is so incredible.
Cram it in the cram hole.
I don't understand.
I mean, we did have how many missed field goals last week, you know?
From your boy, by the way, greatest nickname I've heard in a long time for a kicker who's struggling. Missy Elliott is really good. Missy Elliott is really good.
He did become the second. I think with this game, I think he became the second Eagle ever to score 1,000 points. And Akers is the other one.
He was automatic for his first 7 or 8 years from 60 yards in. But he struggled a bit lately. But yeah, Missy Elliott I thought was good. But what the fuck are the Bills doing? Why go for 2? They're at home.
Yeah.
They're not on the road. And the Bills need that game more than the Birds. The Birds are looking to either being a 2 or 3 seed. The Bills are potentially still have a chance to maybe win their division. To win their division.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it's a lack of confidence in the defense in Buffalo.
Had to be.
But I don't know. I mean, hey, who knows? Either way, worked out for us, so fuck them.
Yep.
Liam, your thoughts?
Nah, I just loved it. As far as that went, I think the blocked field goal, I think that shook them. I think that's why they went for the 2.
That's why they were afraid to kick, right?
Yeah. That's 100% what happened. Even though when you think about it, the fact that there was already a blocked kick is probably means chances are they would make it. But I think that just got in their head and they were like, we have Josh Allen, but hey, man, it works. I will.
And Josh Allen had Shakir. He had him. He was naked. He was trotting. He was trotting in the back of the end zone.
I mean, he was there. They were getting pressure on him. You know what I mean?
But the receiver was open. But that was not a hard throw.
Fuck him.
And then
fuck him.
Guys, what's the score of this Monday night game?
As of now, it is 24-17 with 24-17. Falcons are up with 7 minutes 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Oh,
all right. Well,
unreal.
We triple shook on the Rams here, laying 8.5. So I think we can probably win another dick shake and triple shake loss. So, gentlemen, this puts Liam at 70, puts me at 65, puts Matt at 57. That's what we did this week: 70 to 65 to 57. Now we have.
Yes, I had 9. I actually did have 9, didn't I?
So on 7. I'm 13 behind. So I need to get a minimum of 14 wins next week, and Liam needs to You
need to pick against Liam in pretty much every game, and hope that
that's it. Liam.
That he goes over, and you win out.
Stranger things has happened. Just Liam, don't pick the Cowboys. Say that, or don't pick. Yeah, or pick the Cowboys. I'm picking opposite.
They're playing the Giants, so
fuck on my ass.
That's a fun one.
Fuck on my ass.
So 70 to 65 to 57 is where we stand going into week 18.
Here we go. All right, good stuff. Thank you for that. Got a quick little fun stat for you guys. So, one quarterback in history has won 13 games, 13 or more, at least 13 games in back-to-back seasons with 2 different teams. Only one quarterback in history has done that. I'll tell you, there's quarterbacks that have won 13 plus games in back-to-back seasons with the same team.
Sure.
But only one quarterback in history has won 13 or more games with 2 different teams in back-to-back seasons, and that is your boy, old nice pecker Sammy Darnold. I'll tell you, he's in elite company because Tom Brady, multiple instances in 03 and 04, he won back-to-back 13-win seasons, as well as 2010, 2011. Peyton Manning with the Broncos, 2012, 2013. Aaron Rodgers with the Packers, 2019 and 2021. And then Brett Favre also with the Packers in 96 and 97, back-to-back 13
Who did it
plus
with two
wins.
teams?
Sam
What?
Darnold.
No, he's the only one to do it with two teams?
In back-to-back seasons.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. Only one ever
Cool.
to have 13 or more wins in back-to-back seasons with two different teams. Sam
Cool.
Darnold. Pretty cool. Pretty good for him. But enough of that bullshit. We got 1 minute to pick because we can't take forever on this one. Liam, take it away,
All
Daddy.
right.
You and your handsome face and
You got
beautiful teams.
You got some Saturday games again. You got Carolina at Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is favored by 3. Tampa Bay is 0-8 against the spread in the last 8 games. That is a horrible trend. I will take Carolina plus the 3.
Give me Tampa. Bern, what are you doing?
I'm going Carolina as well.
Love it. Keep it moving.
All right, next we got another Saturday game. We got Seattle at San Francisco. Seattle is favored by 1.5. Dude, Seattle is number 2 in the NFL in scoring. They put up 30 a game, and they're number 2. Their defense only allows 18 a game. I think you have to take Seattle here.
Give me San Francisco. Bern, who you taking?
I'm taking San Fran.
Love it. Keep it moving.
All right, get to the Sunday games. You got New Orleans at Atlanta. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. Dude, Saints have won their last 4. There is no shot this dog shit team wins 5 in a row. I'll take Atlanta minus 2.5.
Give me the Shuckers. Bern, who you taking?
I'm going Saints on this. I've been riding the Saints all year. Why not?
Ride them shuck her. Ride her till she shucks you. Don't ride it all, Daddy. Moving on.
All right, next you got Cleveland at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is favored by 7.5. Even though this is a division rival with 7.5, that is just Cincinnati scoring. Yeah, give me Cincinnati minus 7.5.
Give me Cleveland. Bern, who you taking?
I'm taking the Bungles. I like the Bungles too.
Bungadellos. Very good. Moving on.
All right, next you got Indy at Houston. Houston is favored by 10.5. Indianapolis is now eliminated. Houston can still actually catch Jacksonville, so I will take Houston. They're probably going to beat up on Indianapolis. Got an old QB against an awesome defense.
Give me Indianapolis. Bern, who you taking?
I'm taking Houston on this one. I like Houston here.
I bet you do. Moving on.
All right, next you got Green Bay at Minnesota. Minnesota is favored by 5.5. Green Bay, I don't think this game matters for Green Bay, and that's why
it doesn't at all. They are locked into their seed.
Yep. So give me Minnesota minus 5.5.
Give me the Packers. Take it away, Ben Didi.
I'm gonna go with. I'm still gonna go with Green Bay here.
Very good.
Wow.
Great pick. Next, moving on.
All right. Next, you have Dallas at the Giants. Dallas is favored by 5.5. Dude, Dallas gives up 30 points a game. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take Giants, actually. Because Matt has to go opposite everything I do. Give me the Giants.
I don't have to go up. I only need 13. I only need 13 wins, ball bag. I'm taking the Giants as well. I need 14 wins. But I'm taking the Giants. Because go fuck your mother with that handsome dick you got. Bern.
I'm going to try to jam both you guys. I'm taking Dallas.
You what? We're not triple shaking on the Giants here.
Content, Eddie. Content.
You're not gonna triple shake your own team.
Content.
You're not triple shake on your own team. Moving on.
Next, we're getting into the 4 o'clock games. There's more 4 o'clock games than there are.
Do we miss one? Tennessee, Jacksonville.
Wait, what are you saying? Hold on.
Jacksonville, Tennessee. Tennessee at Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, Tennessee. Sounds like a city.
Yeah, hold on a second.
That's a 1 o'clocker.
1 o'clock on. I could rhyme something o'clock, but I won't because I've made a million dick jokes in the show. But how about 1,000,001? 1 o'clock on my cock. Shake it up, shake it up. What are we doing?
How did I miss that?
I don't know. Probably because you're so distracted by all my great picks
Fucker. Hold on.
and your handsome dick. Another dick joke. I can't stop. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Bern, I can't believe you didn't want to fucking triple shake on your vaginas. What are you doing, dude?
It's so much funnier not to. It's just
Ah,
such a funnier move not
ah.
to.
I'm keying, as they say, with
Is that,
laughter.
is that what they say? Kiki?
I think it's key.
Oh, I don't like
Hey,
that.
guess who's going to see Disney on Ice tomorrow?
Oh, which
Oh
princess are you most
yeah.
excited to see?
What's her name again? What's that thing that we used to eat all the time back in the day? God damn. Oh yeah,
Oh yeah,
pussy.
pussy.
I said that to
Okay.
my wife the other day, and she legit threatened me with a knife. So that's what I'm living with.
Perfect.
Liam, what do we got?
All right. So I did miss a 1 o'clock game. We got Tennessee at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is favored by 11.5. Tennessee fucked me last week, so I am not taking those scumbags. Give me Jacksonville minus 11
Give
and a half.
me the Titans. Burn. What are you doing?
Give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, smart move, guys. What are we doing here? Next up.
All right, next. Now we're getting into all the 4 o'clocks. You got New York Giants at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 7.5. Bills are going to be pissed
The
after
the
last
Jets at
week.
Buffalo, you're saying?
Jets, yeah,
Yes.
Jets at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 7.5. Bills are definitely going to be pissed after last week, and they are going to take it out on one of the league's favorite punching bags. They are going to beat the dog shit out of the Jets, dude. Give me
Well,
Buffalo minus 7.5.
give me the Wayne Corbett comeback kings of the Cuyahoga. Brady Cook and the Corbettes are taking one in Buffalo from Buffalo. Burn, who you got?
I got Buffalo.
Yeah, I bet you do. Moving on.
Moving on, we got Detroit at Chicago. Chicago is favored by 2.5.
Ooh.
Chicago's still playing to keep
Mhm.
that 2 seed, and the spread is only 2.5.
Oof.
Something's up, dude. Something is up
Stinky.
with that,
Stinky.
and we're gonna get some.
Stinky
And we're
in
gonna get some
Chicago.
help from Detroit, dude. The Eagles are gonna get some
Stinky.
help from Detroit. I'm taking Detroit plus 2.5.
Give me the Chi-Town Rumblers. Burn, who you going with?
I got Detroit for the exact same reason. This is stinky. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. The stinky late line.
Something stinky in Denmark. Denmark City, Detroit. Moving on.
Next, you got Chargers at Denver. Denver is favored by 11.5. And the reason they're favored by 11.5 is because Chargers came out and said that Herbert will not be playing. They're going to rest him. So for that reason, I will take
Because
Denver.
they're out of the playoffs?
No, because
No.
their seed is locked.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
in and they can't win the division anymore, so they're going on a road game somewhere and they're trying to get healthy.
Yeah, they might as
good
well
for them.
rest their guys. So, yeah, because of that reason, I will take Denver minus 11.5.
Give me the Chargers. Maybe they'll upset. Who knows? I need them to.
I don't think they'll upset, but I think Denver is going to do exactly what they need to do in this game and nothing more, nothing less. Give me the Chargers. Losing by 10.
Oh,
Moving on.
okay. All right, moving on. You got Arizona at the LA Rams. Rams are favored by 9.5.
You better not fucking do it, Liam. You better not fucking do it.
This
all right?
one's tough because
Not tough.
it is tough because the Rams, they could be. Does this game matter for them?
The Rams just tied it up with the Falcons with 35 seconds left.
So it does. So it does. This game does matter for them. If they win this game tonight, then they could jump the loser of the Seattle 49ers game and have a better. They're still going to be a wild card, but a better.
38 seconds left.
Okay.
The Falcons have the ball. It's 3rd and 9 at the LA 34.
Oh yeah. All right. I'll take the Rams then minus 9.5.
Very good. I'm taking the Jacoby Brissett's. Mark it down. Moving on. Or Bern, who do you want?
Give me. I'll roll with you, Matty. I'll take the Jacobys. I need to get a little separation.
How about the Jacobs?
Get a little
Arizona
separation here,
Jacobs.
Liam.
If anyone deserves to end the season with a big old dick sandwich getting blown on him, it's the Jacobs. Moving on.
Moving on, you got Kansas City at the Las Vegas Raiders. Chiefs are favored by 5.5. It doesn't look like the Raiders are interested in giving up that number one pick, so I will take Kansas City minus 5.5.
Give me the Crosby and not the Bills. Give me Max Crosby and the Radars. Bern.
Yeah, Crosby won't be playing in this game. I'm going Kansas City. I think we saw everything we needed to see out of the Raiders last week.
All right. Very good. Moving on.
Next you got Miami at New England. New England is favored by 10.5. And New England still got a long shot at the 1 seed, but I think either way, Miami, they're old rivals. I think they're going to play spoiler or do their damnedest to. I think they cover that 10.5. Give me Miami plus 10.5.
You're a jerk. You know I've been loving taking Miami and riding the A train all season, and you just wanted to take it away from me because you're a butt. Give me
I'm just going with my heart, bro.
Give me the Patriots. Liam, you're a scumbag with a handsome penis. Bern.
New England has so much trouble against Miami, but I got to get a little separation if I'm trying to make a run at Liam. It will. Give me New England.
All right, very good. Moving on.
All right, then we got Washington Commodes at the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 7.5. The Birds need this one, and